afternoon, or evening. This is Akshaya Bhumma of grade 12. I'm currently a student in Meru International School, and I am a biology student with an optional of psychology. And I've been asked to talk a little about grade 11 psychology. As a biology student, I'm fascinated with the human anatomy, and with psychology as my optional, I was able to get more in depth with the mind and the brain. And one of the most interesting chapters to me was Basis of Human Behavior, where we talk about the brain as a complex structure that is more in depth on the parts of the brain and how they influence our psychological basis. And I think that it's really interesting because even though psychology is a lot about mind, this part tells you the scientific part of psychology, and I really thought that it would be fascinating to talk a little about it. This chapter mainly talks about the brain and the different parts of it. For example, amygdala is a part of the forebrain, which is the cerebrum. That is the biggest part of and the most latest part that was given to the humans. It's the most functional part of the brain, and amygdala as a part is responsible for emotional behavior. And then there's other parts. Amygdala is a part of the limbic system, which also has the hippocampus and hypothalamus. And there are other parts of the forebrain are the cerebrum, the thalamus, hypothalamus, and all the parts of the cerebrum. There are four parts of the cerebrum: frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. Frontal consists of your thinking and your processes, such as thinking or anything that you normally would do, like logical reasoning, solving a math problem, thinking about how to write an answer during an exam. All of that is a part of our frontal, and that is actually located right here. And the next part is our temporal. Temporal is right above our ears, and it coordinates hearing and other senses, such as olfactory responses and all of that. And then there's the occipital, which controls and takes signals from our eyes and helps process what goes on, what we see as our eyes, and helps our brain process that. And the last part is the parietal. The parietal lobe is basically the most important lobe. All of these lobes can take in information, but parietal lobe is the one that interconnects one to another. So you hear a noise and you think it's a thunder, but you also see a thunder. So it's the one that connects both of them, and it says that the image you see is the one that you're hearing. So there's that. And the human brain also consists of midbrain and hindbrain. Hindbrain actually consists of medulla oblongata, pons, and cerebellum. Cerebellum is the very wrinkly part of our brain, and it is used as balance. It plays a vital role in us maintaining our posture, balance, everything like that. Pons is the one that helps us, the one that gives us dreams and everything like that. Medulla is actually really important for our body, and it basically sustains all basic, it controls all the basic human functions, such as breathing, regulation of body temperature, you name it, medulla oblongata has got it. And we also talk about the endocrine glands and all of that interesting stuff in this chapter. But psychology is more than that. We also talk about what is psychology as a general, to understand it, and how it can be implemented in various professions that one might go on to take in our future. And we talk about human development. What are the stages of development over time, the stages that we ourselves go through, like the stage that most teenagers are in right now is adolescence and adulthood and neonatal stages and everything like that. And we have human memory, which talks about what are the different kinds of memories are, and how it also gives us a few ways so that we can recall our memory better, and it gives us ways to remember better, such as mnemonics And we also have a chapter known as Motivation and Emotion, which talks about the bases of motivation and the different kinds of emotions and how our culture plays a vital role in how we portray emotions and everything like that. We also talk about different operant systems where we learn classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and all of that fun stuff. Yeah, thank you.